Hello students, how are you? I think you are feeling well and doing your work properly. So as you know, which chapter going on? Chapter number 5. Today we will discuss what? Class 12th, chapter number 5. And what's the name of chapter? Continuity and differentiability. I think already teacher one period taken. So here is continuity. Continuity meaning continuous function. What's continuous functions. So in this chapter, in the first part, we will read about continuity. In second, we will read about differentiability. Till now, we have done 4 chapters. First chapter is what? Matrix. Second, also related to matrix. Third, determinants. One relation, showing that we have read about functions. Understood? So in this chapter, we will read what? Continuity. So first question coming in our mind, what is continuity? In simple language, in your language we can say, अगर हम उसका ग्राफ ड्रा करते हैं तो हमारा पेन उठना नहीं चाहिए. That is a continuous function. So how can we draw graph? Like this is saying which axis? This is saying x-axis, and this is saying y-axis. Understood? So function, what type of function this? Y of fx. It's meaning variable what? Y is a function whose variable, it is a function whose variable is what? X, in the form of x. So if we can draw graph of it like this coming. Like this coming. Like this coming. आप देखोगे कि पेन स्ट्रेट मूविंग, कभी बीच में उठता नहीं. So continuity meaning, continuous function meaning graph of that function. Here pen is moving continuously. There is a no gap. If like this, if we are having graph like this, and then like this, so यहाँ ये हमने ड्रा किया, this we have to draw. फिर पेन उठा, फिर हमने ये ड्रा किया. So it's meaning this is a not a continuous function. I think teacher told you. So if we will talk about roughly idea I am giving to you. But next question coming in your mind is like this. Sir, it's meaning we have to draw the graph of all the function. Then we will tell it is a continuous or discontinuous. No, I will tell formula. All of you know, we can solve this exercise, we can tell this topic by 2 ways. One is the direct method. Direct method meaning I can tell you, if you can apply this formula and this condition satisfying, then function is continuous. Another formula I can tell you derivative also, and then I can tell formula. So that one easily you can understood. First one is shortcut, second one is long cut. Long cut is better. वो आपका base LH like this. What is this? Like this. This is the way of telling. So how can we say? We have to find out a function y limit such that x tends to 0, fx, and 0 is that value. So is that value. Left hand side of this function continuous or not? Then we can find out RHL. RHL meaning this right hand side of this function is continuous or not. And at this point function is continuous. If all where it is continuous, it's meaning point function is continuous. If all where it is continuous, it's meaning function is applicable, it's meaning continuous, otherwise not a continuous. Like this is a function y equal to fx is equal to what? What we can say? We can say like this: 1 when x equal to 0. And what's 2 when x is less than 0. And 3 when x is greater than 0. So is it continuous? No. Why? At x equal to 0, this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. So here is this. And when x is less than 0, its value are like this. And when x is greater than 0, its value are like this. So before this left hand side, that is the one saying LHL. And in the right hand side of this limit, if we have taken 0, so 0, 1 taking, then 1, 2 taking, 1 taken, this is 1. So it's meaning RHL is this. LHL is this. Got or not got? All of you got. We can find out LHL, we can find out RHL, and if it is equal to what? Equal to that function limits x tends to 0, this is f of g. A we can say x tends to A is a particle point. Like this, here we have taken 0. If these all are these equal, then we can say function is continuous. Understood? A function is said to be continuous. When a function is said to be continuous, at a point x equal to A, if its domain, if a function is said to be continuous where? At its domain, if and only if what's limit x tends to A of f of x is equal to f of A, then the function is said to be continuous. Otherwise, what said? Function is said to be discontinuous. What said? Discontinuous. Understood? This we can write like this also. How can we write? Limit h tends to A minus. It's meaning LHL, left hand limits. H is a small quantity which is approaching this, near to this A. What is this? F of what? X. Understood? X tends to A. This implies limit h tends to 0. What is f of A minus h? Understood? Or other one, how can we write? Limit h tends to 0 of function this f A minus h equal to limit h tends to 0 of f of A plus h equal to limit h tends to A equal to f. If these all are equal, its meaning function are continuous. Equal meaning particular point taken, we will check continuity in the left of this, we can check in the right of that. If all are equal, coming same value, that's telling. मैंने जो बताया था कि ग्राफ, इफ यू कैन ड्रा ग्राफ, हमारा पेन नहीं उठना चाहिए, लेकिन हर फंक्शन का हम ग्राफ ड्रा नहीं कर सकते. All polynomial function are continuous. All constant function are continuous. Understood? Trigonometric sine and cos are continuous, but remaining are not continuous. Understood or not? Similarly, polynomial function also continuous. There also graph. If it is a linear equation, if it is a quadratic equation, if it is a cubic equation, biquadratic. Understood? So in this way we can find out. I think teacher told you all about this. And condition what? One condition is this: all these are equal. All these are equal. If these any one of them is not equal to them, it's meaning function is not continuous. If it is not continuous, what? Discontinuous. Understood? And what's this type of continuous discontinuity? Removable discontinuity. Removable discontinuity. And removable discontinuity also two types. First type, second type. Second type, if this and this, either this left hand limits or right hand limits or both not exist. That is the second type of discontinuity. Removable continuity, discontinuity, two types. And if these are exist and we can find a value where these all become equal. If that type of situation, if this is coming, these exist, but this is not equal to 0. So that type of discontinuity is named removable continuity of first type. Understood? I am thinking like this, teacher told you all about this. I am just taking recap of it. Understood? So now coming on the topic, if anywhere problem, you can tell me. We will tell. I will tell. बेटा मैंने बताया कि कंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन कौन सा होगा, अगर आप उसका ग्राफ ड्रा करते हैं तो आपका पेन नहीं उठता. Otherwise you can apply LHL equal to RHL equal to that. Ax tends to A equal to F. Then we can say, and I told you polynomial function are continuous. Sine is a continuous, cos is a continuous, cos x is a continuous function. Remaining are not continuous. Because their graph, हम पेन उठाना पड़ता है हर किसी का ग्राफ को आप चेक करोगे तो. Understood? Constant function is continuous. Understood? So coming on the topic, teacher told me we have to start question number 11. What we have to start? Question number 11. What's given? Fx is equal to this given. Fx equal to this given. We are giving in a function like this. F of x is equal to what's x cube minus 3 if x is less than or equal to 2. Understood? And x square plus 1 if x is greater than 2. X is greater than 2. What I told you? I told you first we can find out what we can find out. We can find out fx limit x tends to a. What's a here? Here a equal to 2. जैसे मैंने आपको I told you like this 1 2. So here is 2. 2 is the limits. X equal to 2. X equal to 2. What's this? Equal to limits x tends to 2 of f of 2 x less than or equal to 2. What is this? Is equal to f, sorry, this. What's coming? It's put here 2 power 3 minus 3. So 2 power 3, 8, 8 minus 3 half. तो बेटा एक चीज का ध्यान रखना, यहाँ इक्वल टू और ये ऐसे है, इट्स मीनिंग LHL वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट. LHL भी 100% इसके इक्वल होगा. पहले हम RHL निकालेंगे. अगर ये है और इसमें है तो वी हैव टू लाइक दिस. सो RHL इक्वल टू लिमिट व्हाट्स x टेंड्स टू व्हाट 2 प्लस of equal to 5, which is again equal to 5. Here what? LHL equal to RHL equal to limits x tends to a equal to fa. Hence, what we can say? Function is continuous. What's it? Function is continuous. Where continuous? You can check. Oh, for all real number, what's the domain of this function? If you can check, x is less than 0 or equal to 0. Its meaning is this: minus infinity to 2. Union, what's 2 to infinity? So what's become its domain? Its domain is what's become minus infinity to infinity. So this, and which is equal to what? And this is equal to r. So this function is continuous for the all real value. Understood this? Next, I think understood. Next is this, same like that which I told you. First we will try to find out the domain of this function. So what's the domain? X is less than equal to 1. Its meaning its range is minus infinity to open, closed. Open meaning minus infinity is not include, and closed one meaning one include in it. Union 1 to infinity. Again, what's become its domain? Domain become minus infinity to infinity. So we will check this function is continuous or discontinuous. So how can you check? Again, look this. We are having what? Function fx equal to what's limit x tends to what? 1 of f of x. So what's your f of x here? This is equal to x power 10 minus 1 and limits x tends to 1. So 1 you can put 1 power 10 minus 1. So 1 minus 1, what is 0? So what you can say? F of x is equal to limits x tends to a, f of a is equal to what? 1. 1 or not? So what's its meaning? Its meaning, this is like this. This is the 1. At 1, what's the value of y? This is y. 0. So we will check in the left hand side of this and in the right side of this. What's the value of this function? If left hand side and right hand sides and at this point x equal to 1, these are equal. So what's coming? F of a, what's coming? 0. If all are, its function is continuous, otherwise not continuous. So here, this given, so we will check here. Definitely this is equal to this. So RHL equal to limits what's x tends to 1 plus. Here a is equal to 1 equal to f of x is equal to limits what's h tends to 0 and what's f of 1 plus h. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Right. So what's it's coming? Is equal to limits h tends to 0. What? This here we can write in it 1 plus h whole square. So what is this? 1 plus h, sorry, this is equal to limits h tends to 0, 1 plus h square plus 2h. If you can apply limit on it, it's become 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So 0 is equal to 1? No. So function is what? Function is not continuous. Function is not continuous. At where? At x equal to 1. Where? At x equal to 1. So limit x tends to what? 1 plus of f of x is not equal to f of A. So in this way हमें ये निकालने की आवश्यकता नहीं है बेटा. We can save time in this way. अगर ये both coming equal, then we can find out it. But ये equal नहीं है, then how can function is continuous? So what we can say, function is, therefore function is not continuous at x equal to 1. And if function is at remaining points, what it may be. Understood? Got or not? Okay. Understood? और again need to tell, जो बात मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं, हाउ कैन यू सेव टाइम, ये इक्वल टू का साइन है, ये ऐसे है, तो आपको इसमें चेक करना है. इफ बोथ आर कमिंग इक्वल, देन यू कैन चेक दिस आल्सो. हो सकता है कि यही इक्वल ना आए, सो डायरेक्टली यू कैन से फंक्शन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूअस. फंक्शन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूअस. अंडरस्टूड? आई थिंक. Next, first we will find out what's domain. Is this function defined a continuous function? Discuss the continuity of function f, where f is defined by. So, complete note given according to me. So, just wait. So this coming is a continuous function. This not coming. Is the function defined by is a continuous function? This coming. This leave this part is. You have to tell is the function defined by this a continuous function? A continuous function. This is the complete statement of this function. What is this? Continuous. So first again what we will do? We will find out what we will find out. Its domain. So what's given? X is less than or equal to 1. X is less than or equal to 1. What's its meaning? What's its domain? Domain is like this minus infinity to 1. From here open, it is a closed set. Open closed set saying this type of sets. Its meaning minus infinity is not included in it, but 1 is included. Union. Watch. X is greater than 1. So 1 to infinity. So what's it's become? It's become minus infinity to infinity, and which is equal to again equal to r. So you have to tell this function is continuous on all real numbers or not. So I think understood you. Yes or no? So we will check. Again same process. Again same process. Function is what? F of x is equal to f of a. What is f of a? Is equal to f of 1. What is this? 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. So is this or not? This is related to this one. These questions. Understood? Or we can write f of x equal to y equal to limit what's x tends to 1 of f of x is equal to limit x tends to 1 of what? X plus 5, and if you can put 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. This you can write any way you can write. जैसे मैंने आपको पहले बताया था, this is. So we will check this. X is greater than 1. अगर x greater than 1 meaning x is more than 1 meaning it's plus. So it's meaning we have to read RHL, we can find out. RHL equal to limit x tends to 1. Here a is 1 is equal to what? Plus of f of x is equal to limit x tends, sorry, h coming. What's coming? H tends to 0. And what's coming here? F of 1 plus h. Anywhere x given, we can put this value is equal to limit h tends to 0. What is this? 1 plus h minus 5. Understood? And h tends to 0. So in this way, write this. Limit h tends to 0 is what? Of 1. No effect of it. Plus limit h tends to 0 of h minus limit h tends to 0 of 5. If anybody don't understanding, that's why I'm telling. So this is no effect of this h. Here effect, this becomes 0. It's meaning 1 plus 0 minus 5. What's 1 minus 5 equal to 4? Again same process. Try to understand what I said. Agar aap ye nikalte, it's meaning wastage of time, definitely coming equal to 6. Agar doubt hai, you can check. LHL equal to limit. Directly I have written h tends to 0 into 1 plus h plus 5 equal to 6. Coming. फिर आप ये निकालते, फिर कहते function is not continuous. This, if it is not continuous, it's meaning discontinuous. अगर ये निकाल के आप ये निकाल देते हो, यही if these both are not equal, directly you can see it's meaning you can save your time minimum 1 or 2 minutes. Directly you can say. Therefore, what you can say? Limit x tends to a of fx, or you can say f of a is not equal to what? Limit h tends to 0 of f of 1 plus h. Or directly you can say RHL. So what you can say about this? Function is not continuous, it's meaning function is discontinuous. Where? At x equal to 1. Got, I think. Understood? Next. अब तक क्या था? This type of situation. Now situation changed. Function divided into 3 parts. 3 parts. So what we can say? fx is a function. It is equal to 3 if x is greater than or equal to x or less than or equal to 1. So what's the domain of it? Directly you can write. What says this? This is 0 to 1. Union. What is this? 1, 2, 3. And here again union 3 to 10. 1 and 3 are not included in it. 1 and 3 are not included in it. What's the domain of this function? You can tell me. What's the domain of this function? So what you can say? Its meaning. What's its domain? Domain is this. Closed interval 0 and 10. It's meaning 0 also included and 10 also included in it. So what you will do? You have to find out. So we have to check this function is what's written statement. Statement is what? Statement is this. This discuss the continuity of function f where f is defined by. So this coming on the next page. Understood? So how can you check one time? So where we will check? We will check the continuity of this function where at x equal to 1 and x equal to 3. So what's first we will check? X equal to 1. X equal to 1. x equal to 1. So what you can say? F of x is equal to f of a equal to f of 1. What is f of 1 here? X is, so what's coming? This is equal to 3. Getting or not getting? Understood? Now we can find out this given. So where we can find out? Less than we can find out. We can find out RHL find out. If you want to check. RHL find out. So what's your RHL? RHL meaning equal to limit x tends to 1 plus of f of x is equal to limit x tends to 0 is equal to f of 1 plus h. 1 plus h where x is more than 1, less than 3, 1 plus h. So what's coming is equal to limit h tends to 0 of what? 4. 4 is what? Constant quantity, so definitely continuous. What's coming? 4. Are these equal? Not equal. Here, what's here? F of A is not equal to what's limit h tends to 0 into f of 1 plus h. So what we can say? LHL need not be find out or need? Not need. So what we can say? Therefore, given function is not continuous at x equal to 1. पार्टीशन के जो पॉइंट है वो कौन से हैं? 2 पॉइंट्स हैं. एक बार तो 1 पे है, एक बार 3 पे है. So 3 we can find out. So now x equal to 3. Again find out f of x is equal to f of a is equal to f of 3. x वैल्यू 3 है. 3 है तो क्या आता है? तो 5 आता है. 3 है तो 5 आता है. क्या निकालेंगे हम? LHL निकालेंगे. LHL निकालो. RHL क्यों नहीं निकाल रहे? RHL भी निकाल सकते हैं, लेकिन पहले हम LHL पे देखेंगे. ऐसे है, हम ऐसे वाले में देखेंगे. x ग्रेटर देन है, x ऐसे है, हम x जहां यहां आएगा x लेस देन 3 देखेंगे. यहाँ वहां क्या है? x इज ग्रेटर देन 3 है, तो इस वाले को देखेंगे. दैट इज 1 लेस देन 3. लेस देन 3 मीनिंग LHL equal to limit x tends to 3 f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 or f of what? 3 minus h. 3 minus h. 3 minus h is here, which is again equal to what? 4. These again not equal. These again not equal. So what we can say? Given function is not continuous at x equal to 3. 1 पे भी कंटिन्यू नहीं है, not continuous, and 3 also not continuous. So what we can say? What you have to tell? What you have to tell? So this function is what? Not continuous. Where? In this interval 0 to 10, what you can include? Minus what? 1 and 3. But you can take 1 and 3. This is 1 and 3 is this. 1 also include and 3 includes. So what's the question given? Discuss the continuity of function f where f is defined by. So we can say discontinuous. In this interval. Which interval? This interval. Where discontinuous? At x equal to 1 and x equal to 3. Understood? So in this interval it is discontinuous. Got, I think, 15. 15 is also like this, we have to tell. So here x is less than 0. So it's meaning domain of this part is how much? Minus infinity to 0. Union. Here, what's 0 to 1? And here is 1 to infinity. Not understood this? बेटा ये फंक्शन x से छोटा, 0 से छोटा है. 0 से जितनी छोटी वैल्यू है वो सारी इंक्लूड है इसके अंदर. अगर 0 से छोटा है तो ये वैल्यू है इसकी. सो 0 से छोटा तो यहां तक जाता है. Infinity we cannot include because infinity is not a real number. Real number are those which are rational as well as irrational also. So infinity what? Infinity is that place where we cannot reach, we cannot say. Either it is rational or irrational. And if we cannot say it is rational or irrational, how can we say it is a real? So this here between 0 and 1 also included in its 1 in infinity. So what's its domain? Its domain is like this. So it's meaning set of real number is the domain of this function. What's the domain of this function? This. So how can we find out? Find out. Here we can check it. We can check partition where possible at x equal to 0 and x equal to 1. We will take 2 points x equal to 0, it is continuous or not. At x equal to 1, it is continuous or not. According to this, what? Otherwise, on remaining point, it is continuous. If it is continuous on that, it's meaning continuous on the all the parts. So let what? X equal to 0. So what? Limit x tends to 0 of f of x is equal to f of limit f of a x, a tends to 0, a is equal to 2 into 0, how much? 0. In place of x, what we can write? 0. So what we can find out in this way? X is less than 0. So कौन सा case we will take? Which case we will take? हमने लिया है x equal to this. So LHL we can take or RHL we can take. We can take both. But here which is necessary? Which is necessary? LHL. LHL पे तो होगा, RHL we can find out. Limit x tends to 0 of f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0 and what? 0 minus h. 0 minus h less than 0. What is that? 0. Look one time. So function is continuous at x equal to 0. LHL we have to find out. LHL same coming, which is like this. LHL is equal to limit x tends to 0 of f of x is equal to limit s tends to 0 plus coming here, sorry. Here 0 minus h. 0 minus h coming here is equal to 2. 2 into 0 minus h. Limit h tends to 0. What's coming? 2 zeros are 0 minus 0 to h. And what's limit? Limit saying h tends to 0. So this also 0. So function is what? Continuous at this point. Understood or not? At x equal to 1 we will check. What we will check? At x equal to 1. What we will check? At x equal to 1. Check. What? X equal to 1. So limit. So f of x is equal to limit x tends to 1 of f of 1. F of 1. 1 is where? So what is this? 0. Understood? now what we will check? RHL. Limit x tends to 1 plus of f of x is equal to limit s tends to 0 is equal to f of 1 plus h. H already I told so much small quantities that. So what's meaning? 1 plus h. 1 plus h, x is greater than 0. So limit h tends to 0 into 4 into 1 plus h. So what's coming? This is coming limit h tends to 0, 4h. This becomes 0. Limit this for what's check? Again, both are not equal. So here what we can say? F of x at x tends to 1 is not equal to limit RHL. Means that this function is not continuous where at x equal to 0 and x equal to 1. So I think you understood or not understood? All of you understood. Taking one more example, this first what we will do, we will find out domain of this functions. So what's the domain? X is less than or equal to. So minus infinity to this. Minus 1, sorry. Minus. Union, what's? Minus 1 to 1 closed. Union 1 to infinity. If this understood, complete question understanding. This question understanding, then complete part understanding. If this not understanding, so it create a problem. What's creating? Problem. So what's its domain? If you can union of it, so what's minus infinity to infinity, and which is equal to R real number. What is that? Real number. So how can we define it? So we can find out where partition where possible at 2 point, where x equal to minus 1 or x equal to 1. So we will check its continuity at where x equal to minus 1. So f of x is equal to limit x tends to minus 1 of f of minus 1. So what's coming? Already constant function given, so its value is 2. What's its value? 2. So yes or no? So f of minus 1 is 2. So what you will find out? This is given. So what you will find out? LHL find out or RHL? RHL find out. RHL equal to limit x tends to minus 1 plus of f of x. This is equal to limit h tends to 0. What of f of minus 1 plus h? It's meaning greater than minus 1. Greater than minus 1 is coming here is equal to what? Limit h tends to 0 and what? 2 in x minus 1 plus h. Got or not got? And this, if we can write in properly, we can show h tends to 0 minus 2 plus limit h tends to 0 and what's h. So this becomes 0, this is equal to minus 2. So look one time. Both are equal. So find out LHL also. LHL equal to what? Limit x tends to minus 1 negative f of x is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of minus 1 minus h. It's meaning it is a less than minus 1. Less than 1 minus 1 is what? Is equal to minus 2. So here what? At x equal to minus 1, LHL equal to RHL equal to f of minus 1. Hence what? Function is continuous at x equal to minus 1. Yes or no? Now where we will check? At x equal to 1. X equal to 1. X is equal to 1. Again find out. F of x is equal to limit x tends to 1 of f of 1. F1. This is, what is this? This is x equal to, its meaning, what's meaning? It's meaning 2 into 1. What's this? 2. Yes or no? LHL, not first we will find out RHL. If it's RHL, why? ये ऐसे है, ऐसे. अब ऐसे निकालो. RHL equal to limit x tends to 1 plus f of x equal to limit x, h tends to 0 is equal to what? F of 1 plus h. 1 plus h equal to what? This is equal to 2. Both equal. And if you can find out LHL, that's also coming equal to 2. So here again, LHL equal to RHL equal to f of 1 at x equal to 1. Hence the function is continuous everywhere in this interval. So this is all about. Tomorrow again we will start from next question. Try to understand through comments. You can tell if any problem. But I told you idea for competitive exam also. अगर किसी फंक्शन का ग्राफ दे रखा है and function is continuous, graph is continuous, directly say function is also continuous. And if there is a breakdown in the graph, so then you can say it is discontinuous. I told you polynomial function are continuous, constant function are continuous, sine function is continuous, cos function is continuous, but tangent and these remaining trigonometric function are not continuous. And we will discuss remaining function also, Singham function. Okay, greatest integer functions. Greatest integer function also not continuous. Understood? This is all given in class +1. This is easy one if you can understand, easily able to solve. In starting I told you 2 paths. One is the shortcut. Shortcut meaning directly आपको बता देता this formula you can apply. वो आपको बता देंगे function continuous on this point or not continuous. Another is one, first we will find out derivative, then we will try to understand, connect to daily life, and then we can solve. So that one is permanent, but need hard work. So try to understand, solve these. From tomorrow again we will start from question number 17. Thank you all of you. Hello, sir.